So there was this young lady, and she grew up on the east side of Detroit in a poor neighborhood. It was really difficult, tough neighborhood. And she had twin boys. And one of the things that she would always do, she would always sit her boys down and kind of tell them some kind of financial secret or some kind of financial nugget to give to them. So one day she was just sitting down and she told her boys, hey, you guys, I want you to come sit down because I want to share with you. There are only two types of people in this world. And she went on and told her boys, she said, there are what you know as consumers, which are people that buy. And a consumer is somebody that spends all of their money on Jordans, iPhones, and Beats headphones. How many of y'all got the Beats headphone? Yeah, the people that spend all of their money on the CDs and DVDs. That is known as a consumer. And then his mother went on and said, there's another type of individual in this world that's known as an investor. And the investors, what they do, they spend all of their money in order to create goods and services in order to do what? Sell to those who buy. So she said there are two types of people in this world. There are buyers and there are sellers. And she said in order for you to become wealthy, in order for you to really become rich, you must become an investor. So she encouraged her sons, listen, this is what I want you to do for the rest of your life. No matter if you want to be a football player, no matter if you want to be a teacher, no matter if you want to go to the moon, she said, I want you to understand in order to become wealthy, you're going to have to become an investor. And what did her boys do? Her boys stormed out of the door and they said, Mama is always talking to us about money. We don't have no money. We don't have no Jordans. We don't have no iPhones. We don't have anything. Why does she keep talking to me about money? And one thing that happened during that time, their mother came out and she heard them arguing, and she said, on your 12th birthday, I'm going to surprise you. So it was a month later, their 12th birthday came around, and their mother was on her way to work. And while she was on her way to work, unfortunately, her car got hit by a semi-truck, and her car flipped over 3 times, and she had to be rushed to the hospital. So when she got rushed to the hospital, their grandmother came and got them from school. And when their grandmother came and got them from school, the 2 boys, they went into the emergency room and the doctor said, unfortunately, your mother only has 1 week to live. And it was a tragedy for them. So when her mother requested, she had enough strength to talk to the boys one more time and to her grandmother one more time. And so when the boys came in there to see their mother, they were crying, they were filled with rage. And their mother looked at the boys in the eyes, and the mother told them, she said, don't worry about me, I'm going to a better place. But the mother said, I want you to promise me 3 things. The first thing she said, I want you to promise me that you will always give your best. That's the first thing that the mother said. She said, I want you to promise me that you will always give your best, especially in school. She said, I want you to study hard. She said, I want you to do whatever you can to read as many books as you can. Everything you read in the book will make you smarter and will make you go further in life. So as the boys looked at their mother as she was dying, they said what together? They said, we promise, Mother. The second thing she told them, she said, the second thing I want you to promise me is that you would get a full-time scholarship to go to any school you really desire. She said there's so many kids today that are going to school and they have to leave school with so much debt on them that it's kind of hard for them to really live. So the second thing the mother told her twin boys to do is to promise her that they would get a full-time scholarship. And guess what the twin boys said? What did they say? Mother, we promise. The third and final thing that the mother told the 2 twins to do was to promise that no matter how much money comes into their hands, she said, promise me that you will never spend your whole dollar. She said, when you get money in your hand, always put a part of it away to save. And what did the 2 twins say? They said, Mother, what? We promise. And so the boys hugged their mother, kissed her, and then the grandmother came in. And when the grandmother came in to see their mother, the grandmother immediately was sobbing as well. And she told the grandmother the same thing. Hey, don't worry about me. I'm going to a better place. But she handed the grandmother 2 boxes. And she said, when my 2 twins turn 18 years old and graduate from high school, I want you to give them these 2 boxes. So the twins went on and they lived with their grandmother for the next 6 years. They were 12 years old, remember? And so when they turned 18 years old, guess what they did? They did everything that they promised their mother they would. from that day forth, they didn't just live like any other student. They always gave their best. That day when they graduated, the announcer announced that they were two of the top people that got full-time scholarships. And from that day forward, even on that day when they graduated, guess how much money they had in their savings account? $20,000. They both had over $10,000 in their savings account. Now look what happened. The grandmother that day came into the room and said, when your mother died 6 years ago, she told me to give you guys these 2 boxes. So she went over and handed them the boxes, and you know, like any other kid that their mother had passed, they were very emotional, they were crying, and when they opened the box, they read a letter that said this to them. The mother said, I am so proud of you. You guys kept my promise, and because you kept my promise, I decided to give you this gift on your 18th birthday. That day, the mother handed both of them a check for $1 million apiece and said, from now on, everything that I've taught you, I want you to go for it and teach other people. And so all the young men that day could do was sob and cry because they know that the promise that they gave to their mother, it was almost as if she was there with them, that they kept it. Isn't that an awesome story? So what I want to encourage you guys today, that if you keep these 3 promises, you are not going to need a check from your mother of $1 million because you will be able to use these promises to go wherever you want to go in life. So I want you guys, you mind making me this promise today? So I want you to do this. Say, I promise to always give my best. Especially in school. Number 2, say, I promise to get a full-time scholarship. To go to whatever college I want to go to. Number 3, say, I promise from this day forward, no matter how much money I get, I'm going to save at least 10% of all the money that comes into my hand. And as I do these things, I'm going to be rich, wealthy, full of abundance, and I will be able to go wherever I want, whenever I want, however I want. Thank you guys for having me today.
That was awesome.
Thank you, thank you.
You guys give me a round of applause?
Thank you, thank you. We are